So I'm gonna go over our new Mini 4 Pro filters, the 3 different variations we have for them, how to install them, and how to quickly use them and get going so you can shoot some epic content. So to start, we have 3 different types. We've got the Vivid Collection, which are the neutral density and polarizers. We have just the plain CP filter, which is just a polarizer, perfect for photography or where you don't need to reduce your shutter speed. And then we have our Shutter Collection, which is just going to be for reducing your shutter speed to be double your frame rate. Okay, now how to install, it's pretty simple. The stock filter on here is actually not even a filter, it's just a lens cover. There's no glass there, but to remove it, you're just gonna rotate it counterclockwise, kind of while you're using this other finger to support the gimbal so it doesn't rotate. But you're gonna rotate the bezel counterclockwise and you're gonna feel it click just a little bit, and then it's gonna come right off forwards. Make sure that the Polar Pro logo on the filter is always up. The filter will not install if the logo is facing down, so you have to make sure it's up when you install the filter onto the lens. So this is the Vivid Collection. Like I said, it's gonna include the ND8PL, which is a 3-stop ND and polarizer, the ND32PL and the ND128PL. Notice we did skip the ND16 and the ND64, and that's because you actually don't need them. So say in order to achieve the ND64 effect, all you need to do is put on the ND128 filter and increase your ISO from 100 to 200 or from 200 to 400, whatever it was set out that required you to need the ND64. And then same thing for the ND16. All you need to do is throw on the ND32 filter and then bump ISO from 100 to 200, and that's gonna give you an effective ND16 filter. So you don't have to carry around a bunch of excess ND filters that you don't need. You can just achieve it having those filters by bumping ISO from 100 to 200. Next up, we've got the CP filter, and this is just your standard polarizer. Very popular for photography. It's gonna reduce reflections, reduce glare. So very popular if you're shooting water. It reduces reflection off water, so you can see either what's under the water surface, or it's just gonna make that water look a deeper, darker blue, or whatever color the water is naturally. It's also gonna make clouds pop in the sky a little bit more and just give your image a little bit more vibrancy. Not really used for video because most of the time when you're shooting outside, you're gonna need the ND filters to step down your shutter speed in order to expose it properly and make sure shutter speed's double frame rate. And next up, we've got our Shutter Collection, and this is gonna include the ND8 filter, the ND32 filter, and the ND128 filter. Not included, obviously, same thing as the Vivid, no ND16 and no ND64 because you don't need them. You can use these 3 filters to achieve those ones as well. Now these are perfect for getting your shutter speed at double your frame rate, and that's the whole goal with the neutral density filters and the neutral density PL filters. Whatever you have your frame rate set at, say it's 30, you want your shutter speed to be double it, so 1/60th, and these filters are gonna help you reduce that amount of light so your exposure is perfectly fine when you reduce your shutter speed to double frame rate, because when you're shooting outside and you're at 1/60th and there's sun out or even clouds out anytime during the day, it's gonna be completely overexposed unless you have ND filters in front of your camera to reduce that light. So that's pretty much how you're gonna get set up, get the filters installed, and start shooting and capturing buttery smooth photos and videos with the Mini 4 Pro drone. If you have any questions, shoot us an email. Happy to answer them. Drop them in the comments below. We'll answer them there too. I'm Jeff with Polar Pro. I'll see you on the next one.